everybody, and welcome back to another episode of CityZilla Plays here in the beautiful city of Zillawood. And if you're new to the channel, this is actually part of a series where we are building out this huge city. And the city is actually based in tourism. It was really cool. We started off with this whole grid thing and doing some paths, and then we actually laid down a really extensive tram network, and we put down these quay walls and a bunch of unique buildings. And it's just really cool. If you're interested in the video, go ahead and hit it's in part of a playlist. And so you can start off from the beginning. And so this episode, we are actually going to be building out this whole area over here. And we're just going to be addressing some of the needs in the city. I could just keep going on with more tourism stuff without really paying attention to the needs, but it's not really, in the game, these are really important. And so I think it would be good for us to kind of focus on that. So we have a pretty reasonable demand for residential as well as commercial, and then just a light demand for industrial. And then our unemployment is only 2%, and we have 28,000 jobs available, which is a lot. I don't know if that's completely accurate, but I think that might actually be with jobs taken. So people employed, so 23. So yeah, it's just the difference. It's actually not jobs available. It's jobs total. And so we have about 5,000 jobs that cannot be filled at the moment. And so we definitely want to address that. And it's a big part of the game is just kind of rolling with whatever the city needs, and you can kind of play around with these with the tax levels and everything. And so I think we are definitely going to dive into this. I was kind of exploring something to do here. I want to continue our grid right here and right here, but I would really like to get another freeway access point over here. We don't have another direction to get on the freeway, so we have one here, and then we have an off ramp coming from this direction right there. And then our next on and off ramps are actually over here, so they could get off on this side or get off on this side. But the only way they can get on going this way, going north, is right here. And so I think it would be really smart for us to maybe do a single point interchange over here as well. And then I think we will end up doing a whole commercial center as well. I was kind of thinking about doing like a shopping mall, big parking lot in the middle, and then doing some cool commercial buildings around the outside. But we'll kind of play around with it and see. And so let's go ahead and start off. I want to continue using our bike roads since this whole downtown area is really focused around bikes, and I think that that's important. And so we are going to come over here and just, you know what, that's a 6-lane road, so we want to continue this whole hierarchy business as well. 3, 4, 5, and so we are definitely going to have to come over this freeway, and so we will continue using this 6-lane. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just because I know it has to be 12, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And we're not going to provide any freeway access right here, and so it's not super important for us to make it smooth. We just got to make sure that it makes it over. Yeah, we're good. That whole light's a little messed up there, but we got enough clearance, and then we don't have any weird. Yeah, no, that's pretty good slope. And so let's go ahead and continue this. I'm thinking, I don't know if we're going to use this 6-lane road all the way down, but we'll just go ahead and place it in, and then if we just mess around with it more, we can. And so one of the things I did notice, this road's actually a little too low, and so we're going to fix this interchange up. And luckily it's paused because we definitely messed up a few of the businesses here. I would like to keep these businesses if we can. Go up to 12.
I'm Troy Anderson, and this is Downtown Radio.
Yeah, there you go. It's not too extreme of a slope. This area does get kind of messed up, though. I really don't think there's much we can do with that. It's just because of the way how did we? Oh yeah, because we're a little short. Yeah, just the way that the railroad's set up right there, and so there's really not a whole lot we can do. But we can fix up these slopes if they're too bad. we definitely got enough clearance now, and there's no poles in the way, and I think honestly the slopes are pretty good. It's not like a great interchange, but I think it would be more realistic than raising up the rail line. Even though this was already raised up, it came with the map like that, and so we could just continue it on. But I actually ended up having to rearrange this whole guy. We were getting a ton of train traffic, and so kind of put this swooping turn in there, and it definitely fixed a lot of it. We're getting just a ton of intercity trains in here, and so I think that was smart. And so we are going to continue this up, and I want to find a good connection for this. I don't want to just go right there. That definitely wouldn't be smart. And so maybe we'll actually just turn this into like a looping street. Maybe we'll do that. That actually might be smart. So I don't. This wasn't a part of the plan. It looks a little off. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe we'll just keep it that 4 lanes. We'll go up here. And then we'll come up here. We'll try to connect that guy. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not what I was going for, but with this little negative space right here, we can put some more shopping in. The key takeaway is I just don't want to mess up this road right here. And so I think it would be smart to keep that separated. And so this is kind of a unique layout we got going on. We don't need to continue the bike lanes inside, but I want to try to utilize as much space as we can right here. And so I think it would be really cool if we went like this. You know, maybe we'll start off right here, and then we'll continue up, and then just kind of terminate like that. Yeah, maybe we'll go a little further up because I don't want to have to cut that too soon. I think that's good. Yeah, there you go, and just a little bit of a curve. And there we go, and then that way we actually utilize all of our space, and so I think that would be good. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Except I do think I'm going to connect up right there, and then this side will just connect up right there. And there you go, and that way it actually provides us a little bit of a channel for us to maybe put down some offices or something, since this is going to be a residential district. And then I just want to do little one-ways in here, little incomplete streets. The reason you do this is to prevent through traffic, and so it eliminates a lot of the noise pollution. And you actually see it in cities as well, the use of like cul-de-sacs and stuff. It's not great for transportation, but it's great for land value and for controlling noise pollution. And so even though you do sacrifice a little bit of the transportation or the efficiency of the road, you do end up helping the citizens to not have to worry about just traffic rushing up and down their street at night. And so it's just something really nice. I know I definitely, I don't know how it would feel living in a major city with just a ton of noise all the time. I grew up in like a suburban neighborhood where it's actually quiet at night. And so we are going to come up here, and I think we're going to make this into a shopping district, and I don't want to make a 4-way right there. I want to go ahead and do this. And there we go. And then this is just going to be a little bit of, I don't think I want to do that. I want to, and there we go. The reason I did that is because I really want to try and eliminate these 4-way interchanges. A lot of times when you get traffic, it's just because you have 4-way stops. If you have 3-way stops, then it kind of eliminates that. And they actually show in research that 3-way interchanges are a little bit safer. Even though it's counterintuitive, people, you know, for a long time, people thought that 3-way interchanges were more dangerous, but recent studies have shown that they're not. And so I think we're going to go ahead and put a park in here, and then let's go ahead and put some parking as well. And I could just do the big ones where I actually design my own parking, but I actually really like these little set ones. I think they're great, and they work well, and they look good. They come with the little lights already, and It is a little bumpy because of the ground, but that's okay. And I think that's going to kind of serve our purpose for that area right there. Maybe we'll put a couple more just because this is going to be kind of a huge shopping mall. And so let's go ahead and back to our road layout because we want to. I'm going to use this for residential, but I think we'll end up using this for more commercial. I think that would be good. And we do want to make a connection at some point, maybe right there. And there we go. It definitely isn't great that we have a four-way interchange right here. Maybe I'm going to do that, and I will do a little bridge over. That could be cool. Yeah, there you go. Because then it actually adds a little aesthetic to it too, a little bridge coming in. But then it provides the access over here, and then we want to come in here and place some more of these little parking lots. I think we'll switch it up and go to these ones. Yeah, I think that's good. We'll switch it up to that side, and then this side. That should be good. That's quite a bit of parking. I really like these ones because they have the gates, and this is something that you definitely see in downtown areas where somebody maybe owns just one of these lots or all three of these lots are owned by different people, and so they have little gates around them. Okay, and so we have our basic layout. I ended up leaving some of this space in here for us to utilize at a later point rather than just filling it in. But I guess yeah, I don't really want it close to this roundabout. This would be a ton of noise, and so I think it would be fair to assume maybe that would be left alone without having any zoning on here, especially with that railroad tracks. Maybe we'll just put some offices around the outside. But I want to make sure that so we have parking right there. We do want a couple parkings in the residential areas, not a ton, but just a few. So I think that's pretty good. I put in this little walking pedestrian bridge right here so that they wouldn't have to hold up traffic crossing this major road. And what I'm hoping is that the pedestrians will maybe start taking this as a route, especially as we build this out. And so let's go ahead and zone this. All right, so I think that's pretty good. I did the office space down the middle where the rail lines are, and then I decided to put the office around this outside just because this would be a ton of noise over here. And with the residential, I didn't want to just put more commercial in, and so I zoned this all commercial up here just because that's what I was trying to go. I was going for the whole shopping center look with the park in the middle, and then this whole parking spaces and everything. So it's kind of like a little mall almost. And then I went ahead and placed in the elder care and the child care, and then some other just medical services like the sauna and community pool. And just because it is kind of centralized with this whole residential area, and we don't have a lot of those things right here. We do, I believe, over here, but this would be a really good location for them. Go shopping, hit the sauna, or go to the elder care, whatever you kind of needed to do. And so we're going to go ahead and hit the play button and see how this unfolds. We should see pretty much all of our demand just collapse right away. Yeah, you can see all of the RCI, residential, commercial, and industrial, is kind of fluctuating now. It's because we zoned in so much stuff all at once. And so while we're waiting for this to kind of expand, I think it's going to take a little bit of time. I wanted to come over here and look at our new festival area and see how close we are to expansion. And so let's see for level 2, we need band popularity at least 70, and we're at 63 out of 70 for Nestor and Elijah Modi. I think it takes a couple festivals for these to increase quite a bit. Maybe we can come into, so let's see. Ad campaign, premium sound. Premium studio allows the bands to practice and record albums with high equipment. Will increase the chances of a successful concert. So we definitely want to do that. It's a little expensive, but I think it is good. And then for the ad campaign, the last show that I saw, it actually was pretty full, and so I don't think we need to do that. And so when's our next show? So it is 3/20/2060. So we got 3/2. It's 8/8/2060. So we still got a little bit. Let's go ahead and back out of this. We'll have to come back in a little bit and see how it's doing. But this new commercial area just definitely came together. If you guys have any comments on it, just go ahead and let me know. If you guys see anything that we could maybe add to it or add somewhere in the city, remember we're going for that whole tourism look. Just go ahead and let me know. And another thing I wanted to do on this episode was expand our campus area. As you can see, we just had a huge fire. This fire is definitely a huge issue in this city for some reason. But another problem we've been having is our campus area keeps fluctuating between renowned and acclaimed, and I would really like us to get to the top level, and so I want to try to look at some of the policies and see. So yeah, so there you go, we just went up to acclaimed. We keep kind of going up and down. And so student health care, students are provided with free health care by the campus, increase student health. So we'll go ahead and do that. Free lunch, campus cafeteria, get free lunch, increases student happiness. We'll do that. Visiting scholars, the campus hires various lecturers. All right, we'll do that one. We don't want to do universal education just yet, as it's kind of expensive. Fan club support, the varsity team gives out free fan club memberships. Okay, that one's pretty good. Yeah, we want more people coming to our games. Advertise the varsity sports matches throughout the city to have more visitors on the arenas. Increase the amount of visitors to the arenas by 20%. Yeah, you know what? We already have a ton. The varsity team has been famous. City business are often responsible. Team decrease upbeat cost fares. Billboard change from varsity team's logo to sponsored brands. Oh, I mean, we can do that. And so let's kind of look at. For some reason, this just is glitching. You got to actually click on the. So we've been winning quite a few. Yeah, I mean, canceled. I'm not sure why it was canceled, but. So what I was thinking is we could use this kind of empty space to expand this area. And so let's come into the trade school. And so what did we unlock? Trade school study hall. Pretty sure we have all the way up to a certain point. Okay, so it looks like we left off with the commencement hall. And so we need to place down the trade school academic statute 1. Trade school auditorium, the laboratories, and the bookstore. And I think one of them, yeah, the laboratories is a little big. The auditorium's not too big, and neither is the bookstore. And so I think it'd be really cool if we just kind of continued the same shape on the other side. We'll go like that and come down. It's a little bit smaller. I think we'll extend that just a smidge, just so we can get kind of the same look. I think that would be good. And then we will put probably the laboratory. Oh, you know what? We need to extend our campus area. I didn't realize that this wasn't already painted as. I think because I was planning on maybe doing something else over here, but as y'all know with the game, you kind of just move some things around and just go with the flow, see what fits, and then see what doesn't fit, and you kind of just go with it. So I think laboratories right in the middle would be good. So this would be like a really main building, and so I think right there, yeah, that looks pretty good. And then we'll go ahead and add our little path network around it. So I think that looks really good. And then I'm going to leave this room in the back clear for our eventual level 5 unlock. Hopefully it comes sooner rather than later. I'm really hoping that that bumped us up quite a bit, especially with the policies, but man, we still got a ways to go. 1203, 1800, we got the academic works, and man, how is our attractiveness? It's so weird. Our attractiveness should be way up there. Maybe like, you know, I think it's maybe because of the fire.
Downtown Radio, and I'm Troy.
Maybe we'll place a couple more of those little plazas and see if that helps. And there we go, finally. Our attractiveness is up there. I really was trying to keep everything in line. We definitely need to clean up a little bit of it. Like I put another book club over here because I guess the campus could be big enough now to where a lot of the students probably wouldn't go to the entire campus, and so you would want to have buildings kind of repeating themselves, especially as they get farther away. Like here's a cafeteria, and so I put another cafeteria over there, and so I'm actually going to leave the rest empty in hopes of us upgrading to the next level. But I mean, we're riding that line, and it's really because of the transportation. People are deciding not to come to the university, even though we have so many people eligible. It's just kind of far for them, and this is why splitting up your campuses can actually be really beneficial in order to reach that level 5. Because I put in a transportation hub, I put in metro, and so getting over here is not hard, but it's still just not being chosen by a lot of people. And so then our inner cities right here as well, and there's really good access. We got this main arterial road coming down here, and so it wouldn't be too hard for them to make it. But for some reason, they're just not choosing to. All right, so I think this came together pretty good. We definitely still have a really huge demand for residential. You can kind of see there's still quite a few abandoned buildings in terms of workers, and so we still need to. Yeah, I mean there's a huge gap. Employed people, 21,000 jobs available, 29. So now it grew even more. Not sure really why. I think maybe because these are all seniors. Yeah, most of these are seniors. So we're probably going to end up going through like a death wave here soon. And I'm guessing that's why we are having issues with jobs because I don't think these seniors. Oh, look, we got the next unlock. I don't think these seniors end up working, and so we will definitely have to build out another residential. But I think this is good. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I have new episodes coming out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for this series, and then Saturdays are for tutorials. If you guys want to dive into anything, any sort of questions or anything, let me know, and I'll plan on doing a tutorial video. And thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.